Okay, good evening, viewers. This is Oreb Show from Gum Live TV. I am Bimbola Ojo, your host, and with me, as usual, is Reverend Dr Seun Orebiyi. Sir, you're most welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're most welcome, sir. Okay, on the last episode on parenting series, Dr. Seun was able to analyze the things we need to stop doing, the mess we need to keep away from children. He talked about misunderstanding and excessive argument and quarrel. He said we need to stop doing those things. He equally mentioned scandal and slander. We need to watch the things we say in the presence of our children. He hung up on the sexual act and practice amidst the little children. He made us understand that all those things we need to watch what we do in the presence of our children, so that these will not pollute the mind and the future of those children. Okay, so today we're going to be going further by looking at the acts to keep away from children. So Dr. Seun, you are most welcome once again, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So sir, can you please,
we appreciate God for all our viewers home and abroad, and we pray that God in his power and might will keep each and every one of us and will uphold us and guide us in all areas of our lives.
Amen.
In the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And for us as parents, the grace for us to be able to nurture the children that God has given to us in the way that they should go, so that when they are old, they will not depart from it. The Lord will give unto each and every one of us in the name of Jesus Christ. So it's very important for us to look at the series of stuff that we'll be looking at, because a whole lot is going on today. And thank God for social media. It helps to know what is happening at one corner of the earth or the other.
Yes,
like the video we just view, at the beginning of this show this evening, is a good sign for us to see what is happening all over the world.
Oh yeah.
So in order for us to look at the acts to keep away from our children, it's very important for us to view videos like that. We have several also that is all over the place. Now, when you look at the scenario that happened in that video, the young child, that should be around 3 or 4, he was taken by the parent to an adult party. So on getting to the adult party, there is another young girl, I think around 2 or 3 or thereabouts, that another parent brought to the party. So, and then because the young child at 4 or 3 or 4 is exposed to what the adults were doing. So he also, they let the young girl or the tiny girl to be going about. So the young boy now saw the girl too. So they were dancing. So he was dragging her to dance, but the young girl was crying. The young girl was busy crying because probably she was not exposed to what the young man or young boy has been exposed to. So the young girl was busy crying, and the mother of the young boy, of the young girl, was trying to call the girl to come to her so that she can carry her. But the young boy will not leave the girl at 3 or 4. That is so pathetic, because he saw the adults, it was an adult party. So one-on-one adult, male, female were dancing and holding themselves because of the kind of, environment and the setting of the party. So the young boy at 3, 4 also was, would not leave the young girl. So the mother was beckoning the young girl, would not, he would not allow the young girl, and the young girl was crying. So later the father came around to be able to, take the girl away from him. And from this side, the young boy would not allow that. He would not even give the father the room. He was blocking the father from taking the girl away from him. Now the father has to wait for a while, and then later he turned. The girl kept crying. The young boy still want to continue to dance with her, and the girl is not even willing to dance at all. So the father has to go through, the other side, that is the right side of the boy now, to still beckon at the girl. So as the father was beckoning, the girl was stretching her hands to go and meet the father. So the young lad realized that, the young girl ran off and went to the father. So the father picked up the girl and carried her. And then the young boy began to box the father for carrying the young girl.
The young girl,
Now, this scenario may be funny, but it's not really funny in the sense of it. Because what was going on in the mind and in the heart of that young boy is not what is supposed to have been there.
The age, yeah.
He has been exposed to so many things that even the father bringing him or the mother bringing him to that adult party is not conducive, is not ideal, is not supposed to be. Why? Because that adult party is not meant for his level or his type.
Yeah.
So now the question there is, if that adult party ought to be arranged or should have been in place, what could have been appropriate is that the host of the party should have arranged, a small
children gathering
for the crèche class, whereby they will have a crèche party going on, where the people of his kind can be enjoying their own party at their own level.
I hear you, sir.
But that was not the case. They exposed them to the adult party. They see what all the adults were doing, and the young boy was willing and was ready to be an adult too. And he was able to get his own size to be an adult, and that is very, very pathetic.
I hear you.
So, in order for us to be able to consider the topic we're going to be looking at tonight, it's very important for us to know clearly that there are some acts that we are supposed to keep away from our children. Adult party is not meant for children. Children are not meant to be taken to adult party.
I hear you, sir.
They are supposed to be in the house doing their own thing, not them being taken. Except if the party also have an arrangement or a plan for the children, session of party, then that can be allowed. But if that is not the case, children are not meant to be taken to adult party, because we could see from that video, you can scroll back and watch the video from the beginning of this broadcast. It looks funny, but it's not funny in its real sense. Because those acts, whatever is going on in the mind of that young boy, is not supposed to be there at this time.
I hear you, sir.
It's not meant to be there at this time. So it's not very important for us to see clearly that when we as adults we are doing our thing, we are meant to keep these children away from it.
I hear you, sir.
So that is why, in order for us to look at acts to keep away from our children, number one thing we need to keep away from them, because the act ACTS is an acronym. Number one thing we need to keep away from our children is adult parties.
I hear you, sir.
Keep them away from adult party. The party is not meant for them, it's meant for adults. So that means you are supposed to leave them in the house, or if the organizer of the party has an arrangement for kids, then that is appropriate. But if there is no arrangement for kids, it's not appropriate to take them to such an adult party. Because it was a get together probably for adults, and this young boy was seeing what the adults were doing, and he was ready and willing to even do that at the age of 3 or 4. That is not too good, and that is not ideal, and that is not even meant to be, because it will destroy the young boy's mentality. He won't be able to grow as a normal young boy. He will have grown in his mind, exposed to what the adults are exposed to, and on the long run that will not help his journey in life. So we need to ensure that as adults we keep our children away from adult party. Adult party is not meant for them. It's supposed to be for adults. So they are meant to be kept at home, or they are exposed to, or they have their own session where they have arranged a small party for them
for the kids
by the host. So at that point, that is why it's even appropriate for parents that are taking their kids to party. Probably there is nobody to keep them at home with. It's very important for them to ask the organizer, do you have a session for children? So that I can be able to decide either to bring my own kids along, or to go and drop them with a grandma, or to bring somebody in to be with them while I come to your party. So please, parents, it's very important for us to take note of all these things. That video seems funny, but in its real sense it's not funny. Because the young boy was fighting, boxing, kicking, just because the father of the girl carried the daughter. And that is not meant to be in the mind of a young boy. Even his own dad carried him, just to take him away from the scene. He was still kicking from the ends of the father. Something is going on in the head of that young boy that the parents or those around him cannot really fine-tune at that particular point in time. So it's now boils down to the fact that peradventure, if the adults now begin to, from the posture of their dancing, maybe they are husband and wife. The young boy may not know. So if they now begin to dance from that, blues, whatever they are doing, and then begin to kiss, that means the young boy too be willing to kiss the tiny girl.
I hear you.
That is inappropriate.
Well,
that is very, very inappropriate.
I hear you, sir.
So now that takes us to number 2.
Okay, sir.
Acts that we must keep away from our children: conjugal activities. Conjugal activities. Now when we say conjugal, we are talking about marital activities. things that can happen in marriage, things that are legally permitted or allowed in marriage. And one of such conjugal activity is kissing. The father is legally, having the right to kiss the mother. That means the husband is legally permitted to kiss the wife. And that way, it becomes so easy for the children to be exposed to that.
I hear you, sir.
Excuse me. It's very important for them to be to take note that even though it's legal for them as father and mother to kiss, they are not supposed to expose their kids to that.
I hear you, sir. Because
when the kids are exposed to that, it becomes dangerous for them. Now, over the weekend, while preparing for this broadcast, I was gathering materials, and I was somewhere. I sat down, and some kids were playing, and then there was a tiny girl there going to 2, and there was another tiny boy that was just a little above over 1. That means just above 12. A little above 12 months. So I was sitting there attending to talking to 1 or 2 persons, adults around, and I noticed that the young girl, just dragged the tiny boy, and was about kissing the boy. Young girl less than 2, and the boy just over 1. The girl was about kissing the boy mouth to mouth. So I was like, come on, stop that. I had to scare them off from there. So the both of them were shocked. So, and then they ran off on different side. Now the question there is this: the girl attempting to give the tiny boy a mouth-to-mouth kiss could not have been exposed to that except from the parents.
Sure.
So now the question there is this: the parent may like, oh, that is just normal, that is not any big deal. But the question there is this: it's not enough for the father and the mother to kiss before their kids, but it's very important for them to make the tiny one understand you can't do this.
I hear you.
And also, it's also very important that a father does not give the daughter mouth-to-mouth kiss. I was preparing for this when I saw another material on Facebook, and when I flipped through the material, they have a PDF like 20 pages, for boys and for girls. So hopefully, if it's allowed or it can go through, we're going to attach those 2 PDF material to this video. So for you as parents, you can come back, and then check it out. They are able to highlight for boys and for girls. What they need to know about themselves that will help them to be able to stay secured in the course of the journey of growing. So now the girl know what she is all about, who she is, the parts of her body, the things that she must do with those parts. The same thing are applicable to the boy in the course of the write-up. So the person that did that material did a good job. Now the question there is this: if the parents has to kiss the daughter, or the mother the boy, is not meant to be mouth to mouth. Is it that they give them a peck at the cheek, or they give them a peck at the forehead?
On the back of the hand.
It's not appropriate for it to be mouth to mouth.
I hear you, sir.
Because the girl will be thinking that what she sees the father do with the mother, and the father will do with her too, is a normal thing that anybody can do with her outside.
True, sir.
And she will not know that is a very dangerous thing for her to be exposed to. So, and the same thing applies to the boy. You have seen several mothers that will just be kissing the boy mouth to mouth, and it's wrong. Even right from when the boy was tiny, I said, no, that is wrong. He said, no, what does a child knows? But the question there is, the child may not know anything, but what is entering the child's brain, what is coiling and recording in the child mentality is way awkward.
I hear you.
So it's very important for us to know that as parents, we must keep our conjugal activities away from the children. They are in that marriage as a member of the family. They are not with you inside your conjugal, activity. So keep your conjugal activity away from them. Just like we said last week, the parent must keep the sexual act and practice away from them. The same thing with conjugal activity, because conjugal activity is just something that can be done anywhere without having to be in a closed door. And when parents are doing that, it's very important for them to let the kids know that you can't do this, and nobody should do this to you. This is my wife. I legally marry her, and that is why me and her can give birth to you. Now, I was talking to a young lad one time. I pick up some bottles of wine, and then the young man has been exposed to a particular bottle before.
Okay.
So, and I can't just believe like, oh, because he knows that the father would do this, he should understand. No, I had to sit him down and call him to attention. I said, come, young man, sit down. What did they write on this bottle? He said non-alcoholic. I said, good. What did they write on this other bottle? He said 7.5 volume. I said, good. That one that they wrote 7.5 volume, that simply means it has an alcoholic content. And that alcoholic content is there. Why? Because it can intoxicate an adult that will drink it. So it's not meant for young person like you. It's meant for adults. So even adults that are wise will run away from it. So that means you are not meant to be exposed to such drinking. But look at this one I'm holding. What did he write there? And the young man was able to read. He said non-alcoholic. I said that is because this one is a fruit wine. The other one is alcoholic wine. No matter the volume, no matter the element, no matter the percentage of alcohol that is in it, it can turn somebody's brain and make somebody to misbehave. So, and then the young man was able to get the lesson and was able to get the gist. Now, it boils down to the fact that when such is done, the child will know difference between the same bottle that have the same shape but different content. The same thing applicable to conjugal activity. When we allow the kids to be exposed to them, we must ensure they know that this is what daddy and mommy can do. You cannot do it, and nobody should do it with you. So the girl will know, the boy will know. So it becomes so easy for them not to go out there and somebody somewhere, a total stranger, will be doing the same thing to the girl. And like, hey, and the girl will feel no bad, right? Because even the daddy or the mom is doing to her or him in the house. So that is very wrong place. Your conjugal activity is meant for you as husband and wife. It's not meant for your kids. So it's not appropriate for you as a father to give your daughter mouth-to-mouth kiss. The highest you can do is to peck the daughter or the young boy at the head, either male or female, and give them peck on the cheek, and that is much better. That is a way to show love to them and express love to them. So, and then we're going to go to number 3.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so very much. Viewers, don't forget the number to reach us on, like I do say, is +234 8054281604. And you can also join us live on Facebook. On Facebook, you can send your questions. So that is Seun Orebiyi on Facebook, and you can equally send your question as well. Okay, sir. Before you go on, sir, I quickly want to, ask a question, sir, and that is the area of the conjugal activity. Sir, what happens in a case where the parents are not doing such acts in the presence of their children, and their children are coming up with this act? Don't you think they can pick up that in the school?
They can pick it up anywhere. It's not even amidst their friends. That will be our number 3. Will tell us where else they can pick it up.
Okay, sir.
So because it's not that because we are not doing it, it's not even appropriate for parents not to do that. Because there's no way the kids can know that they are in love, or they are people that are married, or they are married. So it's not appropriate that the parents are not doing that, because what the kids will see in their father and mother is what they will grow up with. So when they see love being displayed and they are being warned about the father that is not meant for them, they will know that those people that are doing it is because they are in love. It's not, I've been to there was a case one time of a young lad of 5 that went to the visit. The parents were going out, so they dropped him off with another the mother's sister. So after dropping him off, they left. And then the young man, everybody outside, when this young couple come outside, people see them as loving couple because they do everything outside as if they hold themselves, they hold hands, and so. And then when this young boy saw the father and the mother of, the sister, the aunt, and her husband, when they embraced and they were holding hands, even in the house, they said side by side, we were like, why are you doing that? It's wrong. What are you doing? Because he has been exposed to such teaching in the school, in the church, that it's not appropriate for male and female to see like that. So the young boy was surprised that they are not supposed to be doing that. Don't do that to her. Don't touch her. He knew the aunt as the aunt and the husband, but he didn't know they were connecting. So the young boy was trying to limit them and understand that is wrong. Don't touch her. Come on, leave him, leave her. Now the question there is, the young boy was not exposed to that in their own house, and nobody has educated him, even at that 5-year-old, that this is daddy and mommy. Whatever we can do, you cannot do it. So the young boy does not know. So he can't see, he has not been exposed to love being displayed between couple. So, and it was strange to him when he saw the aunt and the husband just holding themselves, sitting down side by side on the chair, leaning on themselves, and their kids were just watching the cartoon that they were watching. But this young boy was busy looking at them and like, no, it's wrong. So until he voiced out that was wrong.
Oh Lord.
So it's not appropriate that the kids does not see love between their father and their mother. It's not appropriate. But in the course of it being displayed before them, they must know. They must be in the understanding that this is not meant for you at this age of your life. This is for me and my wife because we are married. You are not married. Now you'll be surprised that those things does not. The many parents thought that those kids does not understand what they are doing. They even thought that they don't understand what they told them. But you'll be surprised that years to come, it will still be in that boy's medulla oblongata that the father and the mother can do this, but I cannot do it.
Wow.
There was a scenario one time of a mother that was telling the young boy how to sit on the dining table. So the young boy, you are not meant to put your hands, normal etiquette, just, eat from the table without resting your hand on the table. So over 6 months after, the mother was so tired, including the father. So they just came back on one day, and the boy has grown and is still growing. So they came back on one day, and the sister's younger sister was around. So she has done all the cooking, and everybody has to be served. So the mother was tired. She went up refreshed. The father too went up refreshed. By the time they come downstairs to eat their meal, the father and the mother were just put their hands on the table. They were just eating. So this young man called the mother's attention. I said, "Mommy, what you are doing is wrong. You are putting your hands on the table. Don't rest your hand on the table." Now the question there is, for the past 6 months that the mother has educated him, he has not forgotten. So that is for us to see that whatever we tell them, they don't get to forget.
I hear you.
It sticks to them. It sticks to their memory, and they can run with that and fly with that all the days of their life. And the same thing applies to what they are exposed to, what they see in the course of growing up. So it's very important that we know that whatever we tell them, they will do, and whatever we don't tell them, they will not know. So it's what we tell them that they will know, and once they know those things, they will work with it and they will run with it.
I hear you.
So that takes us to number 3.
Okay, sir.
Telemundo.
Okay.
Telemundo. That is talking about television, super bra, television movies, series, and the rest, and series. Thereabout. So now the question there is this: if a child does not see the parents, express love to themselves, such a child can be exposed to it from soap opera that they watch on TV.
I hear you, sir.
So now the question there is this: a kid that is from around 3 or 2 to around 7 is not permitted nor allowed to watch Telemundo. Telemundo is just a TV soap opera. They are not expected to be exposed to it. They are not expected to be watching such at that time, at that age of their life.
I hear you, sir.
So even the one that will watch from 10 or watch from 12 or watch from 13, they must be educated on the fact that this is not a reality. This is a fiction. Something that somebody sat down and wrote the story, and some people came up and act out the story.
I hear you, sir.
Because many a times these kids grow up exposed to this Telemundo, they will now go back behind their parents to carry out all the activity that they are seeing or they have seen in the course of the Telemundo or the soap opera.
I hear you,
and then the question there is this: many parents will just like, "Oh, this child, what are you doing? Have you gotten this?" And they will be there. They will hold the remote and turn it to where they want to watch, and they will keep the kids around them to be watching it. So that simply means the highest that can be done is, if there are several TV in the house and you have one for them in the house, in their room, send them to their room. When you need to watch your Telemundo or you want to watch your soap opera, send them to their room to go and watch cartoon. They prefer cartoon. They don't love to watch what you want to watch. But because you did not caution them, nor send them away, they will sit down there with you and just be looking.
I hear you, sir.
And what they will be seeing in those soap opera, they are not for their age. It was made for adults.
I hear you.
Those
sir.
that this soap opera, even in their own country, they censor it. So it's not meant to be viewed by kids. That is why when they even bring it to this part of the world, they will make sure that those that are bringing it in, they allow it to be viewed from around 9. When we were growing up, they would never allow such thing to be viewed before 9.
I hear you, sir.
So that the kids will have gone to bed before the TV station will air
on
such program.
I hear you,
But
sir.
gone are those days. Today now, morning till 9, you will see them showing the series from one point to the other by 6, by 4, even by 7. They are still viewing it. It's wrong.
Doctor. Yes, sir.
It was censored in those days, but it's no more censored now. Now the question there is this: if the government will not censor it, then you, as a parent, you are the president of your own family. Yes, you are the president and the vice president, father and mother of your own house. Please ensure you censor them from those things. Let them be exposed to the cartoon that they are used to. Don't expose them to what you want to watch. So you are free to watch your Telemundo, you are free to watch your Super Bra, but the kids are not free and they are not expected to watch such. So please keep them away from Telemundo, television, Super Bra, telecast of any kind that is meant for adults. So we have looked at one, adult parties. Keep your kids away from it. Number 2, conjugal activities. Keep your kids away from it. And if you have to express yourself to yourself as parents, let them know, either he or she, this is not meant for you, because we are married and we are your parents. We can do this. You cannot do this. That will stick to the boy or the girl's brain. And then lastly, number 4, we are not meant to expose our kids to our social life. Our social life, we are not meant to expose our kids to it. As parents, your social life is for you as an adult, it's not for your kids.
I hear you, sir.
You should ensure that your kids are not exposed to your social life. Now, there was a case one time whereby a young lad was taken to a party, and on getting to the party, I was so surprised when I was looking from a distance. I saw the father of this young boy was drinking alcoholic drink, one of this beer brand. And then the young boy was there on the seat with the father, the mother was there, and one or two other person was there with them on the table. Instead of the mother and the father to collect soft drink for the young boy, they just pick up cup from one of the servers, and the father pour from his own drink and put in front of the young boy. And from a distance I was watching, that young boy should be around 5. And the young boy was sipping what the father was sipping.
Oh, Lord.
And the mother was there laughing. I'm like, wow. These people never knew that they are already destroying this young man. Because when such a child is exposed to the social life that the parents are exposed to, how can he control himself when he grow up and he has to do one thing or make one or two decisions? So, please, parents, all those things you are exposing your kids to is not meant for them. I was even watching a particular, beauty store one time, and I saw where they were using kids to do beauty pageants at their own level. It's wrong. For God's sake, it's wrong. Beauty pageant is not for kids. It's for adults. This one that I watched was so surprising because they still expose those kids to bikini. They expose them to service or different makeup, kind of dresses and all that, and makeup, and they are also expected to catwalk. Now the question there is this: when we expose our kids when they are young to all these things, how do you think that we can control them when they are old? That is bad or that is wrong?
I hear you, sir.
And because when we only train them to make money, and that they can make money and they can be a model, good. But when they are supposed to be a model, they're supposed to already have brain first, so that they will not be exposed to wrong managers that will want to come in and take advantage of them. So it now rose to the fact that when they are exposed to such at that early stage of their life, it's highly pathetic.
I hear you, sir.
That was when I watched, and the organizer even view it on TV, and I was like, these people does not know that this is wrong. Kids are not meant to be exposed to beauty pageants. They all have their own activity and ways of expressing and playing. They have their own ways and their own medium of expressing and playing.
I hear you, sir.
Don't let them express themselves like an adult in beauty pageants. Because it makes them to grow up faster in their mentality. And they see themselves ranking with the aunties, ranking with their mother, ranking with an adult around them. And then once they now see people that want to take advantage of them, they won't be able to say no. or say yes, because they thought that if they can see them do it to them, or they can it can be done to them, and they are at the same level, that it can be done to them too.
Yeah.
And that's why it becomes so easy or difficult, or for many of them to resist an adult that want to take advantage of them,
yeah,
because they can't say anything bad in it. So please, let your kids not be exposed to your social life. Keep your social life away from them. You are going to a party, let the person organizing it confirm from the person if they have arrangement for kids. If there is no arrangement for kids, please keep your kids away from the party, even if you have to go. Keep your kids away from your drinking. Keep your kids away from your smoking. I watched one thing one time, I think it was from India or somewhere. A boy of is it 4-year-old. You know, some adults were playing and they were video recording the young boy. Some adults were playing around him and they were smoking. And then they gave the stuff to the young boy. Could you believe? When I was to watch the video, I was thinking that the young boy would cough
and choke.
But this young lad, 3 or 4 thereabouts, pick up the stuff from the adults, and he also was passing it and blowing it. All his nose, it was coming out normally.
Interesting.
He was blowing away the smoke. He was soaking it in, blowing it out, sucking it in, blowing it out. He was doing it, and every one of them were hailing him.
Oh Lord!
And I look at the fact that these people have exposed this tiny boy at the age of 4 to this kind of life. How will this boy ever believe that smoking will kill him young? If the adults lure him into this, and they are thinking they are playing and they are enjoying themselves, and they even video record it. Now, this is those things are very, very wrong. Please, if you see kids that have been exposed to that, please save such a child. And you too, as parents, please, you are watching us anywhere all over the world, share this video with other parents. Share it on your timeline. Your children are not meant to be exposed to your social life. Drinking, smoking, and all kinds of stuff that you do that you know is not meant for them, keep them away from it. If the party you are going to does not have where kids can stay for them to enjoy themselves too with themselves, then keep your kids with someone that you trust as you go for the party. Or probably one of you will stay back and one of you will go for the party, because either you go to the party or you don't go. As a parent, they will still do their party. Don't destroy your kids because of parties. Don't destroy your kids with your own social life. You have make your own decision. Yeah. Allow them to make their own decision in life. Yeah. Don't impose your decisions on them.
I hear you.
Don't enforce your decisions on them. Let them make their own decision. If they want to go that way, they want to go through that route, or they want to go another way, allow them. When you expose them, you are forcing your own way of life upon them, and it's very, very wrong, and it's totally wrong. I pray that God will help us and God will guide us as parents in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen. Thank you so very much, Dr. Seun. Viewers, I hope you are learning. I hope you're able to jot 1 or 2 things down. Parents, please try and jot 1 or 2 things down from what Doctor is trying to tell us all. This is very important. We need to help ourselves to help those children. Okay, don't forget, like I do say, the number to reach us on is +234 8054 281604. WhatsApp only. Sir, on the note of not exposing the children to the social life, which you mentioned, sir, I will want to ask questions, and I will want us to really rub mind on this, because over the week I was looking at a retweet on Instagram about a young girl. The girl should be like 4-year-old, and the makeover, the dressing of this of this baby, actually through Instagram off track. Tongues were wagging, and they were like, this girl is way too young for this. We need to save the mother of this child. And by the time the mother now replied, even the appearance, the way the mother was looking, the mother wasn't feeling any sense of remorse. The mother was saying, is our child, she's celebrating our child's birthday, and how the child looks is none of anyone's business. Now, sir, if we really look at this now, like you've rightly said, these kids right now don't have the mind of they don't even know what they're doing. So what will you say as parents now? Is it on the side of the mothers now, or the side of the fathers, or both? Because in your discussion you mentioned about a dad giving a son a bear. You equally mentioned the case of a mother too, you know, giving a child, you know, an adult look, an adult makeover and all that, which, you know, over the week I was able to look on Instagram as well. So on this one, what can you really say? Because I believe that some parents are not parents. I'm sorry to use that word. Some of them are not. The mother was half naked, sir. Was like, so I now imagine what that can deliver to a child. So that's why I said, do you think this one now, some parents need to be reorientated properly on parenting?
Well, I strongly believe that one thing that we need to understand about this age we are in is the fact that once we are able to, you know, begin to have kids, it's very important for parents to know that they are allowed to have all the styles, you know, dress all the dressing, use all the
makeover,
whatever they want to use, but they should always let their kids know that it's not their time yet. Now, and also when a parent need to know the fact that they are role model to these kids, it makes the journey very easy.
I hear you, sir.
So now when a parent need to look any way that he or she want to look, the most important thing is that she must be covered up. And when the parent knows that she's a role model, she will cover herself up with whatever she has to wear in order to portray to the kids around her that this is how a woman should dress.
But they want to go with the trend. They want to be trendy.
There is no trend anywhere. There is no trend anywhere. Now, why I say there is no trend anywhere is this. What we human beings carry as trend is just somebody's mistake or error.
I hear you.
Imposed on others. Now, let's take an instance. There was a particular stuff I was exposed to know keenly one time.
Okay.
A particular celebrity took a tailor was to do a cloth for the celebrity. So mistakenly the tailor cut the cloth in a particular place, not knowing or not knowing that it will affect the style. So when that cutting affected the style, the tailor decided to apply wisdom, because the cloth is very expensive. She can't start running up and down looking for where to buy it. So she decided to be wise and turn that into style in a way. Now the question there is the style was not what the celebrity asked for.
Okay.
But she used that along with what the celebrity asked for.
Okay.
So it was a mistake on the part of the tailor. So when the celebrity came to pick up the cloth, the tailor convinced the celebrity that I have been able to help you to do this because, you know, see what this person is wearing, see what this person is wearing, see what this person is wearing. Now you as a celebrity, you must wear this too. So the celebrity was like, wow, okay, can I see? So she was able to pick up several other of those pictures of most of those international celebrities to show that celebrity that this is what you are supposed to wear. Meanwhile, she asked for a different style. It was a mistake on the part of the tailor. Now the truth of the matter is, when that happened, somebody close, you know, I was the one that intimate on that. Now when the celebrity wear that cloth to the event, wow, everybody were jumping and shouting, wow, because one, the stuff exposed, you know, a cleavage to a great extent. But because the tailor would not want to, you know, spend money buying a new cloth, she just bought net to cover that place, and the place that she has cut off, she was able to cut it off and show what somebody else wear abroad. Now when that celebrity went to that party, everybody saw the cloth. Could you believe, weeks after, that was the cloth that was in trend. That was the tailor's mistake. That she convinced the celeb to come to wear. Now that now became a style that the world is not running after. So today they are still wearing the stuff. You know, they have to put net and just cover net, and the whole stuff is open now. That was tailor's mistake. Now the question there is this: I'm not saying you should not wear whatever you want to wear as parents, but know at the back of your mind that you have reached a point in your own life that you have decided what you want to do with yourself.
I hear you,
These kids have not made such decision. They are still under your tutelage. they are looking up to you as a role model.
Yeah.
Now, if that girl is makeover that way, it's not the girl's problem. The girl does not know whatever is wrong with her makeup.
Yes,
but the
sir.
mother has to be scolded.
Yeah.
Because now the girl can be the powder can be
Way
done for
too
the girl,
off,
you know, and the girl can make up in a minute, minor, moderate way.
Yeah.
That will not portray any news, any noise to anybody around. So,
you.
and then when the girl is being seen as normal with normal makeup, it becomes so easy. Like I was sharing one time of a particular person I saw, and she was, the way she was looking something else entirely, looking way far from how she's supposed to look.
Way off.
Why? Because she was having so many colors that does not even go with her skin on herself. So she wasn't having just powder that goes with the skin and just a normal lip, whatever. But she was having several other stuff, and she was going and carrying herself as if, you know, something has happened. So, and people see and like, oh, you know, and I have to call her attention. I say, come, have you seen yourself in the mirror? She said, yeah, she saw the mirror when she was. Who did the makeup for you? She said, she did it by herself. I said, no, it's not appropriate. It doesn't. You are not looking yourself. You are looking way different, and you are looking very, very close to a multiple, you know, colored masquerade. And you know, because even the combination of clothes she was wearing along with the makeup, I believe strongly that she knows it's a serious matter. Many of these people didn't know how they look outside. She wants to pick several colors from the clothes she was wearing, because she was wearing multiple colored in the dress. She was multicolored dress. So she wants to pick several colors from there and still apply the several color on her face. It's wrong.
No.
You can imagine when the eyebrow is not done in black, it's not done in brown, it's not done in green. When eyebrow is green, the other one is green, and the eyelashes and eye whatever is different color. You know, you can imagine that.
Oh, doctor.
Then the dust on the inside is different. You know, imagine what is this multicolor face making gonna do to you. You're not the host of the party.
Oh yeah.
You're only going there as a guest.
Yes, sir.
What you are too loud. Please, can you go and
tone it down?
Tone it down. So where am I going there is this. I'm not saying you should not make up because you have to make up. It's a trend. But please, don't bring your kids in when they are still kids. Let them do their kid season as a kid. Don't impose your adulthood on them as a child. It's totally wrong. Normal powder, even normal just the foundation.
Makeover is supposed to enhance the beauty, not.
It's not even appropriate for kids.
Yeah.
But you can do a low tone type for them.
Yes, sir.
For them to just feel like, oh, mommy do something for just carry your powder or foam and just put powder on their face. It's allowed, it's permitted. But when you now turn their face to multicolored face because you are doing the same thing, it's not appropriate, for God's sake. It's not appropriate. Let them live their childhood and experience and enjoy the childhood experience. Then when they grow up, they can decide either to do or not to do like you. It's very, very important. So our social life should not be imposed on our kids.
I hear you, sir.
Let them live their own life. Let them enjoy their own season. Different stages of their life must be enjoyed, so that when they become adults, they will know that they've been kids before they became adults, and the journey of life becomes so easy for them.
Thank you so very much, sir. Viewers, I hope you're still with us. Don't forget the number to reach us on is +234 8054 281604. WhatsApp only. Okay, Dr. Seun, thank you so very much, sir. Now, sir, on the last note, sir, what do you have for parents, especially the mothers? Because I want to believe, sir, that the women here, with all what you have been, telling parents on this parenting series, I want to believe the women now, they have a major work to do. What do you have for the women out there, the parents out there?
Well, I want to believe strongly that, for adults, they are in their season.
Okay.
And those kids, they are in their season too.
Okay.
So they should allow them to live their season.
Okay.
They should allow them to live their life. They should allow them, please allow your kids to enjoy different stages of their life.
Okay, sir.
Don't put styles on them that is too beyond them. There are styles for kids. Those are the ones that you see people embed with several multicolored beads. It's their own style. So don't put adult style on them.
I hear you, sir.
Now there was one time a tiny girl was coming to a party and the girl was having wig on. So as the girl was going beside the mother is like big and small. So the mother was going beside the boy, the girl was going beside, but the mother dressed for her just like herself, and not even knowing that the girl also was having wig on her head. So a tiny boy, I think that should be around 6, was just running past, and as the girl was carrying herself like an adult beside the mother, the young boy just went behind her and just pulled the hair. So now
doctor,
the question there is, the boy that pulled the hair does not know that the hair is not the girl's. So as he pulled the hair, all the weave on the girl, the wig on the girl's head was pulled off.
Oh Lord.
So and the young girl was not crying. The young boy now throw the wig away and run off. Not even at her, throw it away. I don't know how he got to know that the hair is not her head or something. I don't know. So now the question now there is, the mother now to pursue the boy, to beat the boy. People are now saying, leave her, leave him. So somebody now went to pick the wig and give it to the mother. By the time they will bring it back, it has entered into mud. It has already stained. So the girl has to carry her head that was already barbed, cut like that. So now the question there is this: she is not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah. She's
supposed to be dressed for like a young girl that she is, of her age. So that I'm very sure the boy is just primarily trying to do is, why is she walking like an adult? Okay. That must have been whatever is in the mind of that young lad. Yeah. That why is she behaving like is it not a child?
Okay.
So because the girl was just going beside the mother, everything the mother was doing, the girl was doing. She was kind of saying, So the boy is not like, why is this one behaving like this?
Oh, that was why the boy did that to her.
That was why he did that deliberately to her. Maybe he's like, oh, you are doing shakara too much. So that must have been why the boy was just, let me just pull her hair.
Reduce that shakara.
He might want to even pull her off, pull her down to fall out or something, because the act was deliberate. By the time they pick up the boy, beat him, the boy has nothing to say. Now say, come and say sorry to her. The boy will not even say sorry to the girl.
The act has been done.
The boy will not even say sorry to the girl. So the girl could not, tiny girl could not use the wig that the mother did for her. So the wig is not for kids, please. Let them do the hair normally, set bead in it. Even if they have to put attachment, it should not be too tight. It should not be too strong. And so they should just do it in a way that will have beads in their own level at their own time. Let them live their life. Let them live their level. Let them grow to your own level to decide what they want. Don't impose your own stuff on them, parents. Please, for God's sake. This age we are in, so many things are happening. Don't expose your kids. And there was a case one time of a girl that will always carry herself like the mother. And at the age of 6, she was already being harassed by an adult. Because she will carry everything, carry herself. This is a girl, this is a tiny being. She has nothing yet. But because of the courage and so many things, she was exposed to several people on the street. This one want to carry, that one want to carry, this one want to carry, that one want to carry. And the mother never said anything bad in it. Until when it was discovered that she has been harassed by someone. They arrested the person, but what will the police do? Nothing. So if the girl has been allowed to be a girl and grew up to be a girl and kept away from every other person that could harm her in any way, then the girl could have escaped such a scenario.
I hear you, sir.
But because the parent never said any big deal in that, she was exposed to those things, and whoever know what happens, only God knows. So please, parents, for God's sake, all that we are hearing all over the place, they are news to many of us. But the only thing we can do is to keep talking about it, so that we as parents can keep our own kids away. You do it by prayer, you do it physically, and you do it by protecting them from anything that can harm them or destroy them. And don't expose them to your adult life. They are not adult yet. They are only a child. They are just children around you. They are not adult like you. If somebody has treated you the way you are treating them now, where do you think your life will be? You will even enjoy this adulthood because you will have do your adulthood even as a child. And when you get to become an adult, you won't even enjoy it again. So please, for God's sake, keep your kids away from your social life. Let them live their own life, do their own thing to them at their own level, and then let them know that that is their age, and then they will grow up to adult life and they can do other things that adults do. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this with other parents, and we love you with the love of God. We'll see you again next week.
Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much. Okay, viewers, that will be all for now. Don't forget to join us same time, same hour. Until then, stay safe and stay blessed.